What's up, jabroni? Steven here. Welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into Scrubs episode number 22 called My Occurrence. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series. If you have, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reaction. You can get episodes extra early over there if you want them. If you don't want them, that's cool. You can get episodes here whenever they show up. So last episode was the one where JD was like, he was a doctor who was afraid of getting sick kind of situation, which I very much enjoyed. I don't think anything, let me see what else happened in the last episode. Based on the picture and the, yeah, I mean, that was mostly the main story. I don't think there was anything. There was a couple things with JD, with Turk and Elliot, but the main thing was kind of like JD trying to overcome that. But yeah, hopefully my voice, I feel like, sounds weird right now. I don't know why. Is it, does my voice sound weird? I don't know. We're gonna hop in here, have a good time. Have my coffee here. Not gonna lie, it's not cold. It's kind of lukewarm, so I left it out for too long. Yeah, let's hop in here, let's have a good time. Pretty much here. Wait a minute. Gotta turn on the mouse that doesn't make the clicking noise. Here we go.
You the man.
That's the thing about best friends. They just get each other.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser's in this. I saw him on the thumbnail.
Guy right about now.
That's crazy.
Bring it, baby.
This is gonna end well for you. I used to wrestle in college.
Oh no, is he sick?
Oh, you broke the hug. So you're working on a house or what? No one likes a looky-loo. Not now, not ever.
So what's that, like your lucky board or something?
There? That's a nail gun act.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
I already dosed him with morphine, and the X-ray says the nail went straight through, so it's not. Ow. Somebody will get her.
Bye-bye. Please don't.
Oh my God, they're like,
Oh my goodness.
oh Jesus.
Pictures capture moment.
You're a little weird, aren't you?
Just a little bit.
Hey, Ben, look what the cat tried to drag in right before it was skinned and eaten. Feelings. That's a good one.
Is this your brother,
You're a
friend?
big girl now. When you got the divorce, you put
Brother.
Well,
Okay.
admittedly, that made it hard.
Patient's
Brother
name is
chose
Mo
Cox
Weinberg.
over her?
Cancer is confined to the right testicle. Dr. Turk will be assisting with the removal.
Dr. Wen wants me to ask you if there could be a mix-up, because our appendicitis patient, that dude doesn't have an appendix.
Oh,
right here.
fuck.
Wow.
I know. You know, we almost did. Whoa! What's going on here?
No, Mom, I don't care what my
Hey,
third grade
she's
teacher is
back.
up to.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
Was not expecting characters to
And
return like
scene.
this.
How are you?
Holy
I
shit.
haven't seen you since your breakdown. Oh, Dawn in Venice. I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro for about 10 minutes. It's very, very steep. And then I went to Florida to swim with the dolphins.
Nice.
And I don't mean the fish. There's an NFL thing going on at the hotel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I almost forgot. Now. Yeah, I'm pregnant. Your fiance's gonna be so happy.
Maybe one of the dolphins.
So you're gonna want to rewrap the gauze there on the box.
Yeah, see? Look right there. Hey, don't be mean to him. You're mad at me.
Yeah, because.
Once.
Oh, come on.
What?
This today?
With that nail gun? That's a new nail gun. Didn't hurt.
Oh, really?
Okay, that kind of smarts a little bit.
Okay. What the fuck?
Jordan, I'll call you later. All right?
Okay, fine.
We haven't grabbed a beer in a couple of weeks. What's that about?
You know, he's never asked me to grab a beer,
Oh,
but I
I
don't
feel like
care.
something's wrong with him.
Would you like to come?
Oh God, yes.
Buddy, what in the hell do you think you're doing? You can't drink beer. You're our driver. That's why we brought you to begin with.
It's just.
Which is why I think her skin looks so pasty.
Okay, sweetie, I need you to get to the point.
You're not pregnant. The lab tech just switched the samples.
Oh my fucking God.
Killing me. Hey, sweetie, you know I was just joking about all that stuff, right?
Here,
Can
Jesus.
basically-
So this episode is literally about mistakes.
Went on a rider.
Never naked.
Or near, like,
but
almost
just
mistakes,
hand a
which
nipple and
explains
how to make an
him.
American quilt.
Because, you know.
Last a worthy foe.
Oh, Chuck boy. Gladys, if you could chalk it without pleasuring it, that'd be terrific.
Dude, pirate. Gladys.
Oh no.
Chalk it! Don't pleasure it! Arr! Here's what we're gonna do, Newbie. We're gonna.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I think you are too.
I wouldn't stop bleeding.
Uh-oh.
One of the things that sucks about being a doctor is that you never miss a red flag.
What does that mean?
Can I have you over here for 2 seconds? Just
What the hell are you doing to me?
Just humor me. It's probably mono.
Yeah, I knew it was going more than that.
Kissing disease?
Yeah.
Score.
Your only job today is to get us.
Oh, come back later.
Oh, my Jesus. That was
The truth
pretty
is, the
graphic.
hematopathologist was the last person in this hospital I wanted to deal with.
No! Why do you have to jump out and scare me all the time?
I don't jump out and scare you. I follow you around all day. Only got about an hour and a half worth of work around here, and the rest of the time I track you like an animal.
You're kidding, right?
I don't know.
So, is
Come on, good news.
Hey, Bambi. You okay?
maybe it's a mix-up again?
Leukemia.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it is. Oh, shit. I didn't think it'd be cancer.
When you have to deliver horrible news to someone, the walk to their door can seem like an eternity.
Thank you, nice nurse.
The results we've been waiting for?
Wait a sec. First Turk's patient, then Elliot's. This is a mistake. I feel it in my gut. I'm sure of it.
Hello, Janice.
No, this is something. You know that lab is backed up again, and so I'm gonna, it's, a little while.
It's not gonna be a mistake.
Terrific to see you. Goodbye.
Yeah, I know who screwed this up. It's that same lazy-ass admitting nurse that mixed up my files. And there she is. I'm gonna go get her.
Turk, I can fight my own in a minute. Oh, now it's 2. You're in.
Thank you. Look here, my friend needs you to check on the Ben Sullivan file.
He hung up
and
the
you're
phone.
gonna do it right now. Why? Because you're not gonna drop the ball like you did on my patient.
You said drop the ball.
I know that was totally by accident. Chop, chop, Nancy! Rapido!
He said rapido.
So, word has it you've been doing a little fishing in these here parts, trying to catch yourself a big old prize-winning mistake.
No, sir. I just been
I was sure.
Help me out here.
What do you want me to do, cry?
Can you do that?
Sure. Give me a second to think of something sad.
Quickly.
Okay, that's not helping.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have put you in this position.
Oh, and there we go. Another man in my life trying to protect me.
Stay with it, Elliot.
I mean, everyone thinks that I'm just this little girl who can't take any criticism because her mom and dad give her nothing but criticism.
Good, Elliot. This is good.
And look where it's gotten me. I'm 26, single, and all I do is work. I may as well just give up the idea of being in a healthy and a happy relationship and just go ahead and
Become your mother.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Check Mr. Sullivan's test again. Okay.
Damn, she's really...
How cool is that?
Why so sad, Bambi?
Because so far no one's screwed.
You're kind of a boob guy, right?
What the hell?
I can tell because I've seen you look at mine. Not in a sleazy way or anything.
I think this is the most uncomfortable conversation I've ever had.
You want to touch one?
I stand corrected. You're my best friend's girlfriend.
What is happening?
So your instinct is to pass on this fantastic one-time offer?
I'm afraid so.
I'm up here, Bambi.
Sorry.
What is
See, with Ben, it's one of two things. Either your instincts, all right, or your brain is trying to protect you from something. I say you have pretty good instincts. Trust them.
What am I supposed to do, though?
There's only one more person to talk to.
And the Thoughtacots.
Hematopathologist.
Oh, shit.
Hello?
Call me Dr. Bob.
You go by your first name?
No, first,
I kind of wish you did.
then I'll do it.
Wow.
Sorry there, giant 70s security guard guy. Cold out here, huh?
Yes.
Ugh. You could hang a friggin' raincoat off my nipples. Left one at least, and the right one's just a little shy.
Sticking with the weird thing.
It works for me. Listen, you guys wouldn't be keeping me here if there wasn't something potentially wrong with me, would you?
Oh, damn.
No, we wouldn't.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, how come this guy's always following you in the pictures?
Oh my god.
This is a really good episode, but it's like not even a comedy-based episode. It's just like a real episode. Like it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be like. What? Really? No
Ben,
way.
good news, man.
What's happening?
It was weird how everyone had come to see Ben off.
Everybody?
After all, he'd only been here one day, and there wasn't even anything wrong with him.
Wait, why would you want a picture like that? I thought you said that posed pictures aren't real. Come on, JD. None of this is real. You know that.
What?
What do you mean?
Think about it.
Janice,
Over here, big guy.
let's try this again. Are those the test results?
Fuck.
Yeah. Ben, you have leukemia.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. What an interesting episode, guys. Was I don't know. I got saw Brendan Fraser, and I did not expect it to be like, I don't know, a sad episode. I expected it to be, a regular episode. All right, give me a minute. Hold back the tears. All right, so this is probably my new favorite episode, and I didn't really talk during it because the topic is, it's a very more, grounded, realistic topic. And, I know that the show is supposed to be like a lot of you guys say it's the most accurate depiction of what hospital life and doctors and stuff is. And it usually, it is, even though it's like coded in comedy. But this episode didn't have a lot of comedy. First, there was the mistake stuff, which is, like, oh shit, that could be really fucked up. But then I kept expecting something with the Brendan Fraser character. I'm like, what would it be? I thought it was gonna be like once it wasn't Cox's brother and it was the girlfriend's brother. I thought there would be drama around that. Once he came in, I was like, maybe he's gonna go back out, get into a construction issue, and then something more severe is gonna happen. And since he has more of a go with the flow, fun kind of life or kind of attitude, it wouldn't really affect him as much. Like, he'll still think it's not that big. Maybe he'll lose an arm or something, and he'll just kind of still look on the bright side. But nope, he decided to go with cancer, which is always like a touchy subject. And even for me, like, I have a pass with that and family members and stuff. So I kind of figured it might be like, I thought it could be that, but I was like, nah, it probably won't be that. It'll probably be something, because, I thought maybe they'll try to turn it into a more of a comical way of him getting injured. But nope, they went for a realistic way, and I thought that the JD, him daydreaming in that scenario, everything that happened in the episode was like really good, like really well done. And I had to like hold back the tears when the realization happened. And like I said, I didn't really talk much because I was more invested in, this is somebody that like Cox truly cares about, and for something to happen to him, what's going to end up happening is then something's going to happen to him, and I'm guessing that's to be continued, which we don't really get. So I'm guessing the next episode will be the one that I'm like going to have to hold back the emotions even more. But just because we've seen Cox in like really emotional moments when it's about him, for him to lose somebody that he actually cares about, for JD to see that, if that's the way that they're going, it's going to be really, really tough for me to watch that. And I try really hard not to cry in the reactions. I try to keep back the tears and try to hold it in and stuff like that when I feel some like the emotion stuff. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason when it comes to cancer and stuff like that, it kind of like triggers things in me. So, but yeah, the episode was amazing. I'm leaning towards a 9 right now. Not a 10. It was really well done. And I guess this is how you have to like figure out, how would you judge an episode like this? Would you judge it based on purely how good the episode was done, even though there was no comedy in a comedy sitcom? Or do you judge it based on, well, it balanced things well? I don't really know. The episode just, I don't know, it hit me emotionally. I like the dynamic between Dr. Cox, Brandon Fraser's character, and JD. I even like the thing with Carla when Carla was in his dream, being all how she was being with him and kind of like to kind of teach him a lesson. And then in the end, we find out the entire thing was like just a dream. It was none of it actually mattered. And then the callback when of to what he said earlier about the pictures, pose like people that pose for pictures and him going, I don't know. Like it's hard. I'm still trying to like calm my mind right now on the actual topic, but I even think that the concept of like actually a hospital fucking up and then the lead person of the hospital, Kelso, trying to do his best to hide it and not like it's interesting, right? Because Kelso is he's not a good person. If you really think about it, he is just not a good person. He does everything to save his ass and save the hospital. That to him goes above patients, which is crazy. Because I'm like, there's people that are like that. And then when you see him, like the way he acts around other like patients and stuff, and then you see Dr. Cox who's more blunt and everything, it's like, and Dr. Cox is the one that gets more emotional and cares about stuff. But let's break down the episode. So the episode starts off, we're playing a game. Carla want to try to be all fancy, have a nice dinner dates, but they can't stop talking about work. Then they start talking about actresses that are when they're nude in movies. We hop over here. We see somebody that clearly is close to Dr. Cox, and JD walks in and he tries to fit right in, and he's excited. And turns out, Brendan Fraser's character is kind of a nicer version of Cox. Still kind of mean, or still kind of douchey, but also kind of in a nicer way. I don't know. JD sees a dude with a nail gun. He can't feel any pain. It's numb. He passes out. Then they make fun of him. We then hop over here. What's happening here? Oh yeah, the random picture taking. JD calling him a little bit, saying you're weird. And then he kind of saying it works for him. We find out it's not. It's Dr. Because I thought it maybe it's his brother. Nope, it's her ex-wife's brother, who actually chose Dr. Cox over his sister, which is interesting. Then we have this thing with the almost a fuck up, which would have been a crazy lawsuit. We have her coming back, which again I didn't think that they would bring character back like this. I didn't think they would bring characters back in this series, like characters that are patients like that for one-offs. Unless it was gonna be something major, but something major didn't really actually happen. I mean, it was something major that happened with her, but it wasn't like, oh my god, life-threatening. But yeah, she talks about what she's been doing, soul searching, having fun, living her life. Then Elliot says, yeah, you're pregnant. And she's like, wait, me and my new fiance have sworn off sex, so this is bad. Let's see. I thought this was crazy. Like, what? How did they do this? This is purely special effects? Or is this practical? Did they put something on his arm that would make him not burn? All right, so we go from here. We have the beer. JD thought that they were inviting him to hang out. Turns out, nope, they were inviting him to be the designated driver. Kelso here yelling at Turk because Turk almost made a mistake, even though I personally feel it wasn't even his mistake. I don't get how it was his mistake. How are we blaming this on him? But, whatever. Let's see. Then we find out, Brendan Fraser's character, what they call him, Benji? Is it Benji? I think his name is Ben. He likes JD. He says for Cox not to be so hard on him, and then he tries to clown Cox, and then JD tries to get in on it, and it becomes like a whole thing. Oh yeah, then this is the part that shit got real. His band, they patched him up, but then it still kept bleeding, and then he talks about when he comes off shaving, how it wouldn't stop bleeding, which then makes me like, when that happened, I was like, oh man, whenever you cut yourself and the like bleeding won't stop, it should really scare you. That's where my mind went right there. Then we have to do the testing. We have this whole thing about the fuck ups. Kelso, of course, telling, well, not now, but when JD's like looking for, he sees that the guy has cancer. He's like, oh no. He tries to look for the mistakes of somebody that something that might have happened. We find him out the janitor only has about an hour worth of work, and then he follows JD for the rest of the day. Let's see. We then have this thing. They're having fun. You seeing Dr. Cox in a very more laid back, fun kind of situation, and then we get to this moment, and JD having to tell him what's about to happen, and then him saying no, and then he tries to find mistakes, and he goes and finds mistakes. They yell at the receptionist, might be a nurse, I don't know. Then we got this guy bringing up over to Kelso. Kelso says, stop trying to find a mistake. If you don't look for mistakes, you won't find them. Which is a very fucked up way to say this, right? Like, you should want to, find mistakes if there are mistakes. Instead, he's like, no, just don't even look for mistakes. Let them go. Which is fucked up. Then we have, he literally went to everybody he could. He went to Turk. He went to JD. Carla got involved. I mean, not JD, he went to Elliot. I mean, he tried to get anybody to help that he could to try to prove. And this thing with Elliot was kind of crazy how she brought out all her real shit. She got real with the topic. I was like, oh no. Yeah, then we have this weird scenario if it's just her kind of. Actually, let me look at something. I just realized something. Let me go back to the beginning. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Was there a small cloud of over around JD? I'm trying to see something. Because if there was, I think there might have been. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I thought because whenever, I thought maybe there was a small there was a small dream cloud kind of filter over this a little bit, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just kind of imagining things. But you see here how it got all the lights are very hitting them in a certain way. I thought maybe that was kind of a telling of this is how you know it's fantasy. You see how it looks here?
I'm just an idiot. I don't know.
It's just not as clear as it was in the other scene. So I don't know, but that could just be a choice that they made. But yeah, so this is her trying to explain to him about things. Then we go here. The guy's not actually as mean as it looks. Then we have them hanging out, being nice. Him saying, if I wasn't actually sick, you guys wouldn't keep me here, real stuff. Then looking at the pictures. And I don't know, when they played the music, I was like, oh, fuck. I knew something was going to come up with this. I was like, shit. But then when the blood happened, I was like, what? Really? In my head, I'm like, this isn't, so nothing? For a second then, I was like, oh, man, is he going to get hit by a car or something? And that'll be the twist ending. But then we have this whole scenario here where posing for a picture and...
That pose pictures aren't real. Come on, JD. None of this is real. You know that.
What do you mean?
Think about it.
Ugh, fuck. Oh, man, that's and then he goes back to all the things people said throughout the episode, and then...
Ben, you have leukemia.
Him selling it with his eye. I mean, fuck. It just... That sucks. And then him, his voice cracking there. Oh, man, they really, I don't know, man. This is one of those episodes where, I can't even show this to somebody. I'm like, oh, man, this is why you should watch Scrubs, because it's oh, man, this episode is so heavy. It's so heavy. And, even seeing it again, it's the eyes for me. Dr. Cox. Brendan Fraser saying, this sucks. It's just all too raw, too real, man. Fuck. I did not expect to get that emotional feeling right now watching this. I was just like, oh, I'm like, go start the day off with Scrubs. Get a couple laughs and... but yeah, this was a great episode. It's probably my favorite episode, honestly. I'm thinking I'd have to really think about it, but it's a 9 or a 10 to me. I don't know, if you can get me to be emotionally invested in something and the actors can nail it the way that they did in this episode, you win me over. So, but that's the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, comment and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon for the full uncut, unedited reaction. If you want extra episodes early, head over there as well. For context, we're on episode 15 on YouTube at this point, maybe we're on 17 on YouTube. So you'll be about 5 episodes ahead over here on Patreon. So check it out, see what you think. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll talk to you guys later.